Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
They tried to salvage the credibility of this bizarre expedition by blaming the American justice system for being weaponized against Republicans. But this political extremism quickly melted away when the son of President Biden, the original target of their wrath, was also prosecuted and convicted, like another disarmed felon whose name may now not be spoken on the floor, apparently, by a unanimous jury of his peers on all counts against him. And that trial, unlike the trial whose very existence must be sent down the Orwellian memory hole to save someone hurt feelings, was actually tried in the federal system. So what's left to do now? Well, let's hold the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland, in contempt, of course. This will be sure to placate an unrepentant and anonymous convicted felon from New York and distract everybody else for a day or two.
Thank you, Jamie Raskin.
Are you going to die mad?
I don't understand what this party is. Just like a condom with a hole in it. It's useless. It's dangerous. I don't really understand what. So they voted to hold Merrick Garland in contempt for not giving them audio to use for a campaign ad against Joe Biden, where they would find any stumble and then
they have the transcript. Everything's been turned over.
What is this new demanding investigative materials and thinking you have a right to them, and Jim Jordan subpoenaing anybody and thinking he has a right when he has not answered his own subpoena.
We need to subpoena those wrestlers that he
yeah. When is hey, let's ask George Clooney Saturday. When's that movie coming out? Jody and I are going out. We're going to hang with George.
You're going on a date with Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
And George Clooney.
Just as Jody and I do. We're in the nosebleeds. We better bring binoculars. Oh, I see them.
Opera glasses.
The opera glasses that Julia couldn't use.
Yes. Julia Roberts will be this big from where Jody and I are sitting.
Maybe they'll have jumbotrons.
But we're still going.
You are.
Lindy Lee invited us, and she's coming on the big show today.
Yep.
She is.
We have a big Thursday show.
It is. We're jam-packed.
Oh, my
Yes, we
God. Anyway, back to the useless condom.
It's got holes in it.
What is this? Dragging Alvin Bragg? Like, what? They are just so outside the purpose of any political
They're not
party.
doing their jobs.
They are just, and then they're going to go, Donald Trump today, coming back to D.C. for the first time since the insurrection, since January 6th. And Mitch McConnell's like, oh, of course I'll meet with him. He stood right there and said that he is morally and practically responsible for what, oh, of course I'll meet with him. I always said I'll support the nominee. Like, they just have no... That's it. They've just lost all
scruples.
moral center, scruples, principle.
Yep.
It's okay. So, yeah, he's already given them a transcript of the interview with Biden. It's... I love this. It's whatever, could be grand jury, referral, and then the DOJ will make its own determination regarding prosecution. Please tell me Merrick Garland's not going to bend over that far backwards to make it look like we're fair. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Don't
not.
prosecute yourself.
He won't. Eric Holder didn't either when he was called.
That's him
His
hitting
Highness?
himself.
We haven't talked to His Highness in a while. Let's get him back.
Yeah, he loves you.
I'll see what I can
Dana
do.
Goldberg told him.
He got giggly.
I love him.
When you talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can
Not
do.
a lot of attorney generals are giggly.
No.
Except when they come on here.
Right.
I drag everyone to my level eventually.
I like
Yeah.
seeing Merrick Garland on this program.
Oh, wow. I bet you he'd be like a night at the Chuckle Hut.
You don't know. He could be very funny. You
Yeah,
have no
you
idea.
don't
John
know.
Kerry, remember when John Kerry came on? People are like, I've never seen John Kerry be funny. He was
He
super
was,
funny.
Like dryly
Oh my God.
hysterical.
Dry as like a desert
Yes.
funny.
Oh, I wonder what Janet Reno would have been like if she'd been on the
Oh, I bet you she would have been a ball buster. She'd be great. I bet you she's a potty mouth. But she slams them back and just is like a loading dock. Okay. Oh, hey, I forgot a big announcement
What?
yesterday. Glenn Kirshner is joining us for Denver Sexy
Yay.
Liberal next Saturday, and we're working on other surprises. But oh my God, can I just say what a patriot this guy is? I've mentioned this before, but he comes at his own expense.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can't afford to fly people all over the country. But he wants to be there. He so believes in what we're doing at Sexy Liberal. Soon to be announcing a Get Out the Vote group because it's for a cause. It's all for the same cause. And anyway, God bless him. And you never know what's going to be happening by next week
Oh, yeah.
on the justice front.
He could be his own big bear peeking into the into the
Yes,
convention
he's
center.
the big blue.
There
He
you
will be
go.
the big blue bear
Yes.
of Sexy Liberal Denver next Saturday at the Is it the Petamount?
The shows at the
Paramount.
Paramount.
Petamount is calling.
They want your car.
Petamount is calling me. All right. Also, can I just take a moment to say, Jody, are you with me? Do you think like men should just never, Republican men, men in general, but Republican men should never talk about lady bits. They
No.
just
They don't
just-
understand them.
Yeah. I mean, even our beloved Chris Lavoie calls women, he calls them meat curtains, and he does this thing like this is some sort of sexual maneuver you do with women. No, just don't. But John Kennedy, he just got bitch slapped yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I'm telling you, they're going to make Rovember worse, right? It is, the Roe rage is already off the charts, and it's just, the witness said, it's so disrespectful to women. The way they talk about like women just willy-nilly want to have an abortion at 8 months or something, you know, when, as he was saying, it's like 1% of the abortions, and it's in severe emergencies.
Yeah, it's never elective. It's,
Right.
This
Yeah,
is
why
harrowing.
would any woman put themselves
Through
through
all this
8 or 9
physical-
months of that
Yes.
and then decide they don't
Thank
want
you.
it?
Yeah, it's not a
can
thing.
you play 16 through 18? Mommy's having a little.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty then.
Here is Kennedy.
Should the mother, at that juncture, have the right, clearly a viable child, to abort the child? My example's not unrealistic.
I think that
If your answer, I'm going to save my time. If your answer is going to be that never happens, let me go to Ms. Fry. What do you think?
Well, Senator, first of all, if you don't ask a question if you don't want to know the answer.
Oh,
That's a
yeah, that's
burn.
Jocelyn Fry, president of the National Partnership for Women and Families.
1% of abortions happen at 21 weeks or later. So I think the premise of your question sets up a conversation about abortion that is unfair. It is rarely is that ever the instance. The vast majority of pregnancies and abortions that are considered late in a pregnancy have to do with severe, devastating medical circumstances.
And then this
Thank
is,
you.
And then this is Jocelyn Fry
I'm
again.
back. Okay.
And I understand your point, Senator. I understand your point. But with all due respect, I also think the chances of people sort of getting all the way through a pregnancy and just sort of saying, I don't want it, is disrespectful to women.
Thank you. I enjoyed every single word of that.
How are you? How you feeling?
Mommy must have gotten Bonnie's rumbly tumbly.
Did you scrub your crack?
Yes, stop it. Chris Lavoie is the only one who's had his doctor asked, don't forget to scrub your crack. What? No
I've
doctor.
never had that.
No doctor says that. What? What is going on in your
Yeah, what's
man
going
bits?
on over there?
No, I didn't say my doctor said that to me.
Oh,
We have to
okay.
think of something equivalent to meat curtains for
that.
whatever that whole, okay. Whatever that whole
I'm
situation
feeling
is
Jody
down
likes
there
them a little
in
more
the-
than you do.
Yeah. Jody's an aficionado. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, you know what? Liberal helpers. Can I have my Jaws music, please? Oh, is this
That's
John
funny.
Cooper?
Uh-huh.
He found the perfect necktie for President Biden to wear when he debates Trump in a couple of weeks, and it's a nice blue tie with a giant shark coming out with
It needs to be biting on a Duracell.
Yeah, it should.
a battery.
Uh-huh.
Or the Energizer Bunny.
Right.
The two.
Yeah.
You guys, I know how where you fall on this, but he's not going to show up. What's his? I think we need the over under on what's his excuse?
God.
Will it involve-
CNN, it'll be rigged.
A
It'll be
shark.
rigged.
A
It'll
shark.
be
Ate,
rigged.
a shark ate his invitation.
It'll be rigged.
Yeah, he's not going to. He's going to say he's not going to be able to get a fair shot from CNN. So that's exactly what. It is.
Oh, is that what baby's going to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where was I? Oh, John Pavlovitz tweeted, Hunter Biden has allowed us to experience the first and last time the Republican Party will encourage gun enforcement laws.
Exactly.
Now I have another thing I'll die mad about, and that is the Hunter Biden prosecution. It's just, okay, I had some, hold please. I have some sound on that, don't I?
Which
Sorry.
ones?
I don't know. I was like,
What?
Honey.
Mommy's having a morning.
What are you trying to
Well,
find?
Jody and I were talking about we love our animals. She loves her kitties. I love my doggies.
Right.
But they're getting, and I love it. I
You're
love
a
the
5-stage.
snuggling.
You're a 10-stage clinger. They're becoming 5-stage clingers.
Yeah, but Jody and I are such animal lovers that we cannot sleep because
Right.
Bonnie, like, she is like an alien face hugger. Like she has to be as close to my face as possible, and then the tongue just starts at any random moment in your ear, in your mouth, up your nose. Like, but she's clamped like right here, like a goiter, like a giant goiter on my neck. And then Clyde is somewhere a little bit lower, like like an ectopic pregnancy. He's down here, but I can't.
Like a colostomy bag.
Yeah, right. And as Jody and I were saying, now you just can't move.
Right.
And her cat,
Vinny.
there's a joke in there about that he's between your legs, but okay, let's not.
It's a boy between my legs.
Joke,
It's a boy between my legs.
okay. Yeah. But it's the same thing. Like you can't move because they're dead weight. There's something.
Yeah, they are dead weight.
They're like 10-pound dogs, and I don't know how much
He
Vinny
weighs 11 pounds.
Okay, so but for some reason they are like boat anchors. They don't. You can't move them. Right. And so even if your neck is like, I sleep like this, and so I didn't really sleep much. So I saw Mommy, maybe missed her when she's regularly has her morning rituals because I didn't sleep very well.
I can't sleep on my back because Boots immediately will get up on my chest and lay down. But when I became a side sleeper, and so when I sleep on my side, she kind of curls up inside.
Yeah, that's what Vinny and
at
Daisy
my chest,
do that,
and it's the cutest thing ever.
They
it
just
really is.
repace themselves, whatever position I'm in. It's just like a psychotic dog yoga all night long, where they just reimplant. Yeah.
I used to sleep with my sister's Great Dane, so
Oh,
that's fun.
That's fun.
How'd that go?
Not well.
I stopped with actually 2 Great Pyrenees, but then at one point I had a Great Pyrenees in Newfoundland and a St. Bernard, so I did that as well.
I slept with a yellow lab and 3 cats and a bird on a twin bed at Carrie's
Okay,
place
this
in
isn't a
Boston.
competition, Jody.
I'll beat you.
If it is, I always lose to Jody in every competition. Can I just say, Kate?
Learn not to compete with me. I always win. Ha!
Kay Birch on Twitter made me feel better. She said, "Are you even a dog owner if you don't make up songs about them and proceed to sing them to them all day long?" I thought that was just me. You should see how weird this gets when you guys leave.
We know.
Oh,
It's Mr. and Mrs. Kisses. No, actually, my latest one is "These Little Dogs Are Mine. I'm gonna let them shine." That's okay. But this lady's doing it in her house, so I'm not the only.
Trust us, we know.
You are invited to Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Save the World Tour. It's the political comedy event of the year, and it's coming to a city near you. Join Stephanie Miller, the queen of progressive talk radio, along with Hal Sparks, John Fugelsang, and the comedy duo Frangela, mocking all the fascists and trolls for a tour that is hilarious, inspiring, and deeply offensive to just the right people. It's an all-new tour with all new guests and a side-splitting evening of stand-up. Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Save the World Tour.